Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's Stories of Yonko back with another video. And Noname, she dropped Sundial. My favorite female artist dropped her album. And y'all know I'm a Noname head. I love her music. I love Telephone, Room 25. And she followed it up with another banger. You know, I'm very critical on music and people calling things a classic. So I'm not going to call this a classic. I got to see how it ages. And so far, I've listened to it 3 times and I've enjoyed it 3 times. And this album is going to be on repeat for the rest of the year for me. And she's dropping another project. I'm not sure if it's going to be an EP. But, hey, shout out to Noname. She did her motherfucking thing, right? And I can't wait to see her on tour if she goes on tour, which she probably will. But, yeah, man, this album here, it was great. I will say it's the album of the year because everybody else has dropped a lot of bullshit. So to finally get a good album as a scorned person by music, you know, the last good album that I really heard was Scissors, and now this album dropped, and I knew the album was going to be amazing, but a part of me was just waiting to be disappointed. And I feel like Noname has solidified herself as the greatest female rapper of her generation. Hands down, her discography is better than everybody else's. So yeah, better than Cardi's, better. Glorilla hasn't even dropped the album, not that I think of, but all the female artists, I'm missing a lot of names. It doesn't matter. She's better than them. So let's just go through the album and just give quick thoughts. Black Mirror, my favorite song on the album. It was a hell of a way to kick off the album to start, and it was beautiful. That shit is on replay. I'm ready to listen to the motherfucker right now, honestly. Hold Me Down, beautiful song, amazing. Like, I wasn't disappointed at all with the production on this album. The production, the beat selection, her cadence, her bars, everything on this album is on a 10 outside of some of the features. Like, all the female artists that were featured on this album, their vocals, the chorus that they sung, they were amazing. I'm talking about the male artists on this album. Outside of Common, I'm going to get to them niggas, okay? But Hold Me Down was a good song. Balloons, let's go ahead and talk about it. This was a controversial song because of the feature of Jay Electronica. Look, I'm not one of these people who give a damn about other groups of people. I'm a grown-ass man. I pay my own bills. I'm black in America. I got enough shit to worry about as is. I do not care about another group of people. That does not concern me, whether if it's offensive, what happened to another group of people. I don't care. I do not care. That may sound harsh, but I don't care. I got enough shit to worry about. I got to pay bills. You feel me? Shit is past due. You know what I mean? I do not care about any other group of people that do not care about me. Everybody's problems is not my problems. Do y'all hear me? You feel me? Okay. Now, the issue that I have with Jay Electronica being on this song is the fact that his verse was trash. It's not because it was offensive. It's not because of what he said. It's because it was trash. His flow, the way he delivered it, it was trash. We done heard a bunch of disrespectful songs that were bangers. A bunch of disrespectful verses and bars that were bangers, that was cold as fuck. Dude, this was trash. She should have left him off because his verse was terrible. His verse was terrible. You Jay Electronica, dog. You could come better than that. And I'm mad at her for even allowing this nigga to stay on it. She shouldn't have took him off because of the controversy. She should have took him off because it was terrible. But when you're an artist, you get caught up in the artistry and the people that you appreciate. And, you know, she probably wanted him on the album, got a verse from him. She probably thought the shit was trash. And, you know, out of respect, she ain't say nothing. And you feel me? He fucked up part of the song. So, yeah. Boom, boom. Ayani, I think that's how you pronounce her name. She sung the fuck out of this song. Like, the start of the song, like, I really love the start of the song. Noname had a good verse, but dude, they was talking about, you know, the poom poom, know what I'm saying? Like, know what I'm saying? But, you know, Noname is a very good artist when it comes to mixing her sexuality and things like that into her music. Sometimes I do think she goes a little bit overboard with it, but you feel me? She makes it enjoyable, right? It makes you want to imagine, like, what the fuck? No Name getting fucked. You feel me? I wanna smash No Name. You feel me? But that's neither here or there, right? I enjoyed the song. I think it was beautiful. And onto potentially the interlude. I had to listen to this a few more times, and basically is people want you to be something, right? But not really be yourself. People love the idea of what you can be to them, not really what you are. So that's like when you meet somebody, it's like they like the idea of you, and you might come up short of their expectations because they mapped out who you are in their mind. They had this fairy tale and it just didn't come true. So that's why I fuck with this interlude about, and her interludes are always fire. I listen to Freedom interlude all the time. All the time. Like every day. That's one of my favorite No Name songs. But Namesake, she popped her shit on no Namesake. Like when I say she took a shot at Jay-Z, Beyonce, Rihanna, Kendrick Lamar, she popped her shit. The cadence was on point. The bars were on point. The flow was on point. She was on beat. Like there was nothing that she could have fucked this song up with. She was on it. Like I was over here just waiting for a beat or a hook or something like to change up, but no, she just went the fuck in, and I was just surprised. I'm like, I didn't know No Name had bars, like she got bars, you feel me? And she really let her bars fly on this album. You know how like they say with a boxer, you gotta let your hands fly. She let her bars fly on this album, and especially within this song. So, hey, you niggas can be mad at it. The Beehive gonna come after her. Rihanna, big head, forehead fans are gonna come after her. It doesn't matter. She popped her shit, and it is what it is, right? But Beauty Supply, take a trip with me to the beauty. I actually enjoyed this song a lot. I wish she would have had the singers like over her voice in the first hook, like New Identity, Same Enemy, Me. Like I wish she would have had that, because I saw her perform it and I was so excited about this song. I just wish that she would have had the singers vocals over the hook, like in the first verse or something like that. I thought that it was amazing. I enjoyed the second verse a lot. And this was the song that I was the most anticipated for and excited for. And it didn't disappoint. I really enjoy it. I wish you would have rapped a tad bit faster. It not to complain. I'm not complaining at all. Like I like the song. I just wish that she would have rapped a tad bit faster like she normally does. It felt like she was rapping a little bit too slow, but it's still a great song. Toxic. I enjoyed this song because I've been in a toxic relationship, so like everybody else, right? But basically, the song starts off as her talking shit, like towards her ex or whoever that had a baby on her, and pointing the finger at him. And then in the second half of the song, which I thought was amazing, I thought that's one of the best parts of this album. The second half of Toxic, she starts to take accountability. She starts to reflect on how things turned out between them. And she's like, you know what? Just raise your kid. I'm good, nigga. You good, nigga. You feel me? Like, ain't shit stopping over here. This my new life. This new me. And it is what it is. That I felt that shit. I identified with that shit. Like, you people just do you dirty. You love them a lot. But it's like, you take accountability for your part in the situation. You reflect on the time that y'all had together, the time that y'all can't get back, and you just like it is what it is. So this was a great song, very relatable. So yeah, Afrofuturism. I thought this was a good song, and I think that it had amazing production. Like the production on this was amazing. I have to give it some more spins so it can become one of my favorites. Of course, I don't believe in brainwashing yourself by listening to something over and over again, but I really want to like this song a lot more than I already do. But I won't speak too much on this song because I'm still marinating on it. But I will speak on Gospel. The thing that I did not like about Gospel, No Name, great. Stout, great. But it's these two niggas that I was saying, the features that she could have left off, Silk Money and Billy Woods. She could have left these niggas off, bro. They were rapping off beat like a motherfucker, and it irritated me because this was such an amazing song. The chorus that Stout had, it was amazing. Flawless. She did her part. Noname did her part. But these niggas, their verses were too long and trash. I don't even think like their verses were necessarily trash. It's that their flow was terrible. I hated the flow. Their flow was terrible. They were rapping off beat. Like they weren't. It didn't feel like they were rapping on the same song with Stout and Noname. It didn't feel like that. It felt like they were rapping to something else, and their verses just were put in there. So I'm not sure if they actually rapped over this or that was just a verse that they had and Noname just put it on there, because that's what it sounds like. It sounds like their verse does not belong on that song. Either one of them niggas. Like, that's the biggest critique I have of this album is Jay Electronica's verse. Silk Money and Billy Woods, them niggas should have been left off. She could have carried this album without them. She didn't need those features at all. But Oblivion, she popped her shit. And, you know, hey, what I got from it is that she is no longer concerned about anyone else. She doesn't care about opinions. That's probably why she left Jay Electronica on there. And, you know his verse is trash. She doesn't care about the fans that critique her. She's going to pop her shit. She's going to talk about it into oblivion. You feel me? The world is ending. She doesn't care no more. And pretty much she insinuated a lot of these female artists, they don't write their shit, which is true. They don't write their shit at all. So she is the greatest female artist of her generation by a mile. And she was just talking her shit. And the only person that I felt like out of the male artists that had a good verse was Common. That's it. Iani, she did good again. Like, she didn't miss on this album. Her and Noname carried this album. So I have no complaints about the female artists that participated in this album, that shared their vocals, that sung on the album. It was amazing. Gospel, all of it. It was amazing. And I just want to give a shout out to them because they did their motherfucking thing. And Noname, she did her thing. Common did his thing with Jay Electronica, Silk Money and Billy Woods. You niggas were trash. You feel me? Like you niggas almost ruined this album for me, honestly and truthfully. But it is what it is, man. I enjoyed Oblivion. Like, I gotta listen to it some more times because it's like I just want to digest everything that she said in every song and just feel it out. But all I know is that this album, she felt like she had something to say, and she damn sure said it. On Oblivion and Namesake, she definitely talked her shit. She popped her shit, and ain't nobody gonna do shit about it because, she the queen. But that's all I gotta say about this album. I'm excited for her next project. I'm excited to see her on tour, and she did not disappoint. I'm very thrilled as a fan of hers, and I hope a lot of you enjoy this album. And you gave it a lot more spins because that's what it deserves. I think it's the album of the year. And hey, thank you, Noname. Thank you for adding to your discography and respecting your discography to not put out garbage like a lot of these artists. And you that bitch. ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So if you don't like this album because of the Jay Electronica feature, get the fuck over it. You're a pussy. Grow up. And delete yourself. But yeah. But basically, I'm a music lover. I respect rap. A lot of these people did not come into hip hop until it was like 2015, and they don't respect it. Everything is a classic to them because they just started listening to hip hop. So their taste is like a 7-year-old. Everything is good. Candy is good until you get older and you like, no, I don't want candy for dinner. So that's the situation that we're dealing with in hip hop, and that's the current state. But Noname, she's pretty much put everybody on notice that, yeah, she is the best female rapper right now. And I enjoyed this album, and I hope you guys do too. So peace.